So the Sydney session is now followed by the Tokyo session. This is the second session in the Forex trading, in the world of Forex. It is the second one to open. It is the third largest Forex trading center in the world. Obviously, the yen is going to be the most traded currency during that time, and it is the third most currency traded in all of Forex. It sees about 6% of Forex transactions, so that means it's going to be a lot of high volume trades taking place with the yen pair. Also, it is part of the Asian session. Okay, let's get it out. The Asian session. You will usually see Sydney session, Tokyo, or you might just see Asian session. The Asian makes up both the Sydney and the Tokyo. This is also a very low liquid and low volume. You're going to see higher spreads in this one, same as you would see high spreads in the Sydney session. Why? Because there's not very many market participants out there trying to trade. So again, even though the Japanese market is open, overall, all around the world, not very many market participants are trading heavily on the yen pairs. So this is not a time to be looking for magnificent setups. Yes, you can get some nice trades out of the market, but it's not the time to be looking at magnificent setups, and you will be paying higher in the spreads. Now we have the biggest trading session of all of Forex, the London session. It is the third official session as in order of how they go, but it is the biggest, most largest session to trade in. The pairs that are going to be affected are the pound, the euro, and the Swiss franc. Also, this has historically been the center of trading. Europe has always been the center of trading. 34% of all Forex transactions take place here. So you're going to be seeing very high liquidity, high volume trades taking place, much lower spreads. Why? Because it's not going to be very hard for your broker to arrange a trade for you. You're going to see major news releases taking place during this time. All eyes are going to be on these pairs along with whatever they are, matched up with, such as the pound and the dollar, or the pound and the yen. So this is a time to be looking for magnificent trade setups. This is not a time to be planning out. You should have been planning all of that out during the Tokyo and the Sydney session. This is a time to be watching and waiting for your setups to be ready to go. Followed by the London session, we have the New York session, which is also the other biggest trading session of all of Forex. It is the fourth and final. It marks the end of the Forex trading day. Even though Forex runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, this is the end of the cycle, and then we go back to the Sydney after this. 85% of trades involve the US dollar, so you can expect major moves to be taking place during the New York session. Major news releases are also occurring around the start of the New York trading session, and the pairs that are going to be drastically affected, you're going to see major volatility, are going to be the USD, the Canadian pairs. Those are going to be the ones that are going to be moving a lot. High volatility, low spreads during this time, high volume trades taking place. Like I said, 85% of the trades involve the US dollar. All right. And then it actually slows down after about 12 p.m. But this session, and I'm talking Eastern time, it actually opens at 8 a.m. and goes till 5 p.m. Eastern time. But during, around 12 p.m. Eastern time, there is a drop, and I'm going to explain why. So when actually is the best time to trade? I've talked about all of the 4 different trading sessions. When is the actual best time to trade? The absolute best time to trade is going to be during the session overlaps. There are 2 major overlaps that you want to look at. It's going to be the London session and the New York session. That is by far the best overlap. It is the most liquid. You're going to have crazy amount of news coming out. You're going to have news for the US coming out. You're going to have news for all Europe pairs, all London pairs, all of those types of pairs are going to be coming out. So a lot of news releases which cause the market to move. Also, then you've got the London and the Tokyo overlap. That's also very good overlap. But again, I want to stress that London, New York is the best. Not saying that you can't make any money in any of the other sessions. During the Sydney and the Tokyo session overlap, that's really not a good time to be trying to just look for major moves. Yes, you can still trade, but you're not going to be getting major moves during that time. You can see very clearly on this picture, you can see the London and the New York overlap. You can see the Tokyo and the London overlap. Now, there is a Sydney and Tokyo session overlap, but really, honestly, guys, they really just lump Tokyo and Sydney together and call it the Asian session. And